Hello everyone, this is Zephyr here, and welcome back to Monster Hunter World Iceborne on PC. So, the Monster Hunter movie collaboration is now live. Those are the quests that we're going to be taking on today. And also, if you claim your login bonus, you will be able to claim a special item pack for the collaboration. I don't remember how long it's available for, but the login bonus screen does still say that you can get it. It wasn't anything too special, it was mostly just some usual things, like I think it was either max or ancient potions and some other usual consumables. The big special item in there was an earplug plus decoration, just 2 levels of the earplug skill. So again, nothing super special, but it is available if you're interested, so you can check that out. Just claim your login bonus. Now, there are 2 quests that we have to do for this collaboration. However, I've already done them. I actually recorded this video once, and I didn't realize I had not adjusted my settings since recording Demon Souls, and it made the video look terrible. Mainly because I didn't realize I had to readjust my input or my source, I guess I should say, in the recording software. So the source was too large because I've adjusted my settings, since the PlayStation 5 can only output in native 1080p or 4K. It doesn't have 1440p like my monitor is. So I had adjusted settings for Demon Souls. Didn't realize I'd have to adjust the source in OBS for any of my other items. And so, of course, unfortunately, that meant that the source was far too large for the canvas, and it didn't record properly. And then I, just before recording this, realized that I also never readjusted the recording tracks to actually record the game sound anyway, so it was all just a giant mess. Hopefully I'll learn from this situation and not make that mistake again. No promises, I'm sure I will. But it does just remind me that anytime I switch between games I'm recording, especially if they're switching between PC and console recording, I have to check all the settings. So yes, I have done these quests. This is not going to be my initial reaction. I'm sorry. I had it recorded, but there's no way I could put that video out because you could only see like the top third of the screen, top left corner. So nothing, there's just nothing I could do with that. And it of course also meant I could not show you the item pack because that video was also screwed up. So we can still do the quests though, so we're going to check that out. Hopefully we'll still get to see the cutscenes. We won't see the little tutorial message menus that come up. They're not important. We might actually be able to look at them from the menu here. I just have to remember where tutorials are. I of course don't, but play guide? Yeah, tutorials. Let's see if I can find them here. Okay, so this is the first one. Actually, I think this is the first one. Right, tutorial Artemis Monster Hunter movie quest. Assume the role of Artemis from the new movie Monster Hunter and enjoy an original storyline. This original story is single player only and features 2 event quests. Once both event quests are completed, you'll receive a special collaboration bonus. Both event quests are only available for a limited time, so don't miss out. And after you've played, make sure to see the new film. That's what they say. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna watch that movie unless I can watch it sometime down the road for free. I'm not paying money to see it. That is nothing against anyone else who wants to see it or is interested, but for me, it just does not look appealing. To me, it doesn't feel like it has the Monster Hunter spirit in it. It looks like it is just a cash grab. I did not enjoy the Resident Evil movies either, so that's also something of note, is those are not my types of movies. I really wanted it to be good, but unfortunately the director, I'm not a fan of his work, and I don't dislike Mila Jovovich as an actress, but I feel like because she's the wife of that director, she just gets these roles not because she's the best fit for it, but just because he wants to give his wife more work. And I could be completely wrong about that, but that's just how it feels. It doesn't... It just all rings hollow. Like I said, I didn't like the Resident Evil movies, so I had no hopes for the Monster Hunter movie, and after watching the trailers, literally zero interest. If you have interest, definitely check them out. I'm not going to say that it's a bad movie because I've not seen it, and I won't be seeing it for a while, I'm sure, because it won't be available for me to watch on something that I'm already paying for, like Netflix or whatever for a while, but I will not be pirating it because I think that's wrong, but I'm also not going to be paying for it because, one, we're in a pandemic, so I'm not going to the theater, and two, I'm not going to pay to stream it because I'm not interested in seeing the movie. As simple as that. So the next tutorial is the new world. So collaboration quest rules 1. There are special rules in the Monster Hunter movie collaboration event quest, the new world. Players will assume the role of Artemis. You can only use quest-specific equipment, which is fine. That's no different than the Witcher collaboration. So that's okay. That's nothing weird. All items obtained will be discarded except for quest rewards. Food effects will be lost upon departing on the quest, so there's no point in eating either. It handles everything for you. The quest will not count towards weapons usage or monster size or slay stats on the guild card. So you're not playing as your hunter, you're playing as Artemis, so it makes sense it wouldn't affect your hunter stats. Poses and gestures cannot be used. This is probably a licensing thing. They got permission to use her likeness. I don't know if they got her to do the voice acting or if they just got someone who is imitating her. But it makes sense you couldn't do poses and gestures because they probably weren't licensed to let you do whatever you want with her appearance. It's just to allow you to use it as a hunter. Upon completing the quest, the event quest to our world will become available. So you finish the first one, second one becomes available. And this is just saying that the movie, so please note that the movie Monster Hunter has been given a rating of 16 by the Film and Production Board. However, the contents of this Artemis Monster Hunter movie quest are in keeping with the rating level for the main game, which is 13, and is suitable for ages 13 and up. Have fun and enjoy this special collaboration quest. Yeah, so I don't want to be super negative. I'm trying not to be, because like I said, just because I don't have interest in the movie doesn't mean other people don't have interest, and just because I don't think I like it doesn't mean other people won't like it. But I'm not a fan of this collaboration, and it's hard to really say why. I think it's more like it's closer to the Witcher collaboration than the Final Fantasy collaboration. The Final Fantasy collaboration, you were your own hunter taking on something that came to the world. The Witcher, though, we played as Geralt for a bit. And I never tried to do any poses or gestures with Geralt, but the big thing is Geralt is a digital identity. It's not an actual person. So I think there were less restrictions on that license. Whereas here, it's an actual human person. Like, Mila is a person, and I can understand why she wouldn't want to allow them to do whatever, players do whatever they want with her likeness. But at the same time, that's why I don't really like this collaboration, is because it feels like it's too restrictive. Not that I want to do any poses or gestures, but the fact that they're just outright being like, you can't do any of these things that are built into the game. And it's probably because of licensing of her likeness. Just, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. So one other thing we'll look at the last tutorial when we beat the first event. Prepping in the Artemis Monster Hunter movie quest. So, Artemis's equipment. Artemis comes equipped with dual blades and a number of items. Make sure to prepare in the camp area before setting off. In the camp area, you can access the following facilities. Item box, change your weapons here. Supply box, take useful supply items. Now, the good news is, she does come with dual blades, but you can switch to weapons that you know better. We will be using the longsword because I'm no good with dual blades, and I don't want to just struggle through this and feel like an idiot because I'm using a weapon I'm not good with. But she does come with dual blades as her primary weapon. So let's grab the first quest. Alright, the new world. So it's a special quest. The goal is to head to Area 8. Don't worry, there's more to it than that. There's, reward money's 18,000 zenny. Client's a ranger. Looks like I'm back in this world again, but where are those two? Guess I better look for them. In this quest, you will play as Artemis. Right. So these are single player, as it said. You don't get any help. So we're heading to the Wildspire Waste. We don't have to eat or anything. Nothing we bring matters, so we'll just head right out as soon as it loads.
back here, all right? Wait, where are those two? Am I alone? I think I can work with this. Isn't that...
Is she gonna say anything? No. Okay. So this is one thing I'm confused about. She's using dual blades, but I only see one blade. I do see she has a knife on her hip there, but I'm pretty certain that's her hunting knife. So... yeah, she just has a second blade that comes from nowhere. Oh no, she is taking it off her hip. She's using her hunting knife as her second weapon, but she doesn't pull it from her hip. It still does the animation to pull it from her back. So that's kind of goofy. But, you know, that's expected. That's fine. They weren't going to make brand new animations. I do think they did a good job with her likeness. Like, I think the face looks pretty much like the actress, and obviously the armor looks like the armor from the movie. So I think they did a pretty good job with that. Switch to the longsword. So obviously, much like with the Witcher content, they're not good weapons. It's all bone and metal stuff, I believe. Yeah, it's all bone and metal stuff. So nothing fantastic. It's only a Master Rank 1 star. I forgot to mention that. So this is to be expected. But at least it's the final version of each of them, so it's whatever. But still, it's trash. Ugh. It's not that I... like...
Let's see where they go.
I'm trying not to talk over her, but, let her do her talking.
They weren't this friendly before.
See, that's something that bothers me. Are the Apsaros mean in the movie? They only attack you if you threaten them. Why would they be attacking in the movie? Like, did they screw that up or something? Like, what?
These waters don't have any monsters in them. Thank God.
As I mentioned, I've been playing Demon Souls, which is absolutely phenomenal. I finally started getting my videos up on YouTube. It took me way too long, but that's mainly because I've been enjoying playing the game, so I haven't taken the time to edit. But
The crags around here.
even still, coming back to Monster Hunter kind of feels great. I love Monster Hunter, and it's not that I don't love Demon Souls. I absolutely love Demon Souls.
Monster like this. I've got a bad feeling.
I gotta check something real quick. I left this on 60 FPS, right? Yes, okay. Sorry, it seemed smoother than it should be. Maybe it's just because I've been playing Demon Souls, which is in 60 FPS, so my eyes adjusted again, but it looked too smooth for how I had been playing Monster Hunter when I had it at 144. But in any case,
This is definitely the place.
it feels almost like coming home to play Monster Hunter again. It's not that like I said, I love Demon Souls, but just something about this. I love this game so much. This is easily my favorite game of all time. Demon Souls Remake is probably my second favorite game of all time now because it's that great, but this is just, even with how I have no interest in this character or really these quests, it's just, this game is so much fun.
Footprints. You again?
Alright, so we're taking on a Black Diablos.
Wanna fight? I'll give you that.
We have no mantles. or other support tools. We just have our weapon. We do still have the Clutch Claw. Probably turn it one more time. So that's at least good, because we can do that. But we won't have Clutch Claw boost, so I'm not going to try and clutch too much because it'll take too much to weaken it. The sad thing is, because we're using this weak bone weapon, we don't do a lot of damage compared to what we're seeing number-wise, which is kind of funny. Ugh. Oh, I didn't equip these. I'm an idiot. But it's not tempered, it's just a standard black Diablos, so it's like, whatever. Problem is bouncing off those horns, because we don't have purple sharpness, we don't have Mind's Eye, which I should have checked out her armor set. We'll check that out if we get a moment. I don't mind hunters making grunts and stuff. What I don't like is her callouts. Like, it's one of the things that I'm not looking forward to in Rise. Granted, they've admitted that in Rise you can absolutely turn the callouts off, but the fact that they did it for this quest kind of irritates me. She didn't need to be talking so much. Also, her grunts always sound like, even if I'm not getting hit, she sounds like she's in pain. She's a little too aggressive sounding. But I am glad they at least let us use whatever weapon we wanted instead of forcing us to use her dual blades, because anyone, namely me, who's not good with dual blades is not going to have a good time. So it is very nice that they were like, nah, you can use whatever you want. Just switch weapons, similar to, you know, Geralt being able to use all the different Monster Hunter weapons, even though normally he uses swords. Which I guess, I don't know, he would be a sword and shield user. That's right. They kind of dictated that. He has two weapons, but he doesn't use them in tandem. But yeah, her callouts, it's just like this, it's too much. She doesn't need to talk so much. That work? I can't tell. I don't know if that worked or not. It sounded like it did, but I don't think I did any damage. Like, it worked, but I still missed. Which is a little sad. Ugh, you and your stupid going underground when I'm not able to see you. I need to sharpen, but can't at the moment. Did she just say I'm getting sick of your face? Really? What kind of call out is that? That's terrible. Doesn't, like, why? That's not even a good, like, insult. Ah. I do like that this is at least master rank, because that's pretty nice that they didn't just make it like super easy. However, pretty certain that Artemis would not be a master rank hunter. She just wouldn't. Spends almost no time in the Monster Hunter world, and she can hunt master rank monsters, whereas like most hunters can't even do master rank hunts. Come on. But it would have been stupid if in Iceborne they did a collaboration that was low rank or high rank, so I get it. Oh god. Yeah. Need to sharpen. Need to sharpen! Do something that lets me sharpen. That should work. Maybe. Okay, good enough. I'm surprised that missed. I'll take it though. the heck did you go? Honestly, with how I've been, like, it's not that I've not been playing Monster Hunter. I've just been playing it a lot less at the moment because of Demon Souls, which is kind of a good thing because I love Monster Hunter, but I do think a break was good because that's all I'd been playing for so long, basically 2 years. So it was good to get a bit of a break, and it's made me appreciate Monster Hunter even more, just coming back to it, how fantastic it is. But I'm honestly surprised that overall I don't think my skills have depleted that badly. You know, I've not been, like I said, it's not that I've not been playing it at all, but it's been a lot less, a lot less, and I've not been doing like super hard hunts or anything. When I have played, I've basically just been doing my bounties, and that's about it. And yet I still, the muscle memory is hanging on pretty true, and it kind of makes sense since I've been, like I said, basically it's all I've played for the last 2 years up until Demon Souls released, but, you know, I've had plenty of times where I've played Monster Hunter and only had small breaks in between iterations and still feel like, you know, the muscle memory can go away pretty quick. You need to kind of relearn, and I feel like I'm doing pretty well overall. It doesn't feel like it's disappeared, so that's at least good.
Good. You made it back too. What's wrong? You can speak my language. I know you can. Hey, where are you going? You're not leaving me.
Right, so the first time that... That's not the normal Iceborne victory music, is it? Is that like classic Monster Hunter music? I think it is. Because that sounds like what we got after beating Fatalis, where it played like old school original Monster Hunter music, which they did the same thing with Alatreon, with it being the 3 ultimate victory music. But yeah, I think it is. That, or it's just been that. Like I said, I haven't played Monster Hunter nearly as much of late. But the first time I watched that, it actually bugged me because I was like, this makes no sense. Why is he speaking Monster Hunter language? Why did they do that? Why couldn't they just leave it to the settings? And then this time, though, I realized you're not playing as your hunter. Our hunter, of course, understands the Monster Hunter language. So whatever language we, the player, want to hear it as makes sense because everyone would be speaking the same language. So everyone would understand each other. You just, you know, you, the player, just have to set it to what you want it to be. But everyone's still technically speaking the Monster Hunter language, but we can understand it because our hunter speaks the Monster Hunter language, right? So it makes sense. Artemis doesn't. We're playing as Artemis. It actually makes sense that she would not understand what the Admiral's saying, and the Admiral wouldn't understand her because he's speaking his language, she's speaking hers. But because we, of course, want to understand Artemis, Artemis speaks our language, but then the Admiral doesn't because we're now currently Artemis. So that actually makes a lot of sense, and it didn't. The first time I was so upset. I was like, do they just not want to, you know, get the voice actor to come back? And it has nothing to do with that. It literally is just that the character we're playing as can't understand him and he can't understand her because they're speaking different languages. So the way they create that disconnect is have her speak what you speak and have him speak the Monster Hunter language. And it actually is kind of genius. So I got so upset the first time, but now I realize, oh, that's clever. That's really, really clever. So our reward for doing this quest is chocolate. We get 5 pieces. That's the special item. A thank you gift left in the camp by Artemis. Bring it to the smithy for a nice surprise. Now, I will say, this quest is really short. Not difficult at all. The Black Diablos doesn't move between any areas, and that's my biggest letdown. Is that this is just a super, super easy hunt, and I kind of wish it was a bit more challenging, but I get it. It's a 1-star master rank quest. It's just meant to kind of advertise for the movie, which I have other feelings about, like that. Like, it's a collab. It doesn't have to be an advertisement, but it feels like an advertisement. I'm going to actually remember this time and get myself a chance for a nice screenshot here, because who knows, might use it as a thumbnail. Never know. So hopefully I'll remember to do that in other videos that I do, so that there's always a possibility, because I know making my thumbnails sometimes is not the greatest. I won't talk about it in future videos, but that's why I did that. It's just so if I decide to use it as a screenshot for the thumbnail, I can. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on that one. It's too fast. It's too easy. I don't like her call-outs, but I do think it's clever the way they have the communication between her and the Admiral. That's pretty cool. Hey, my master rank went up. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, we also... Okay, so... I can't click no here, it'll move on, but the first time you do it, you actually get some stuff for your guild card. You get, I think, a background. Well, we'll look at it when we're done, because I don't think I looked at it before. I think I forgot. But there's some gestures and poses and background and guild card stuff. It's not gestures and poses that you can do out of the guild card, but it's stuff for the guild card. So there's a bunch of guild card things you get for this. All right, so we got one more tutorial to read, and then we will head into the second quest. All right, tutorial, collaboration quest rules. There are special rules in the Monster Hunter movie collaboration event quest to our world. So these are the same as the new world, so nothing really special here. But I just wanted to show it because it is something that popped up when you selected the quest the first time. Right, I should read this. So the quest is to our world. It's a special quest to slay a Rathalos. It is in the ancient forest. Client's a ranger. Why is that thing still alive? I thought we killed it. Does that mean I'm in the... At any rate, I need to find a way back to my world. In this quest, you will get to play as Artemis. Again, don't need to eat food or anything, so we'll just wait. And away we go.
Wait! That thing was the Rathalos from before, but we killed it. Why can't you understand me?
Nara too.
This is going nowhere. I've been taking notes. Let's see. Kita Eki?
どう左側さガーンスキルウィベーテトゥルティアレイナダファーラスミーラサロス
Sumi.
We see zero. No senior. Sara, Shisodore.
He thinks I'm part of the Fifth Fleet. If he can't understand me, that means I'm the only one in the past?
Lazarus Zone. Titsuki.
Wait, this is not okay. Damn! Fine, track it down.
Right, so supposedly she's in the past. I don't quite know how that's supposed to work or why they did it that way. Probably just
Listen for its roar and confirm its position on the map.
because they wanted us to fight the Rathalos. Because
Promising.
she said they killed it.
That was the Rathalos we already took down.
Yeah, see? So they just wanted us to hunt the Rathalos, so for some reason she's in the
The
past.
Admiral doesn't remember me. He also can't speak my language. Does this mean... I'll have to figure this out later. I have to locate that Rathalos first. Found you. It's definitely the same Rathalos. I know we killed it, so if it's alive here, then I'm definitely in the past.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy.
I located the Rathalos! It's here!
It's gigantic.
Come on, hurry up and help me!
Lutia. Ti. Ai.
Damn it! I'm still not getting through to him.
So this thing, it's just kind of because it's gigantic. So they knew we can't have this thing fly because you'd never be able to hit it and stuff. And it's even hard to hit with it on the ground because of its just how big it is. It's too tall to really attack anywhere but the face at some points and the legs most of the time. But it doesn't fly like at all. It's the king of the skies and it doesn't fly. It acts more like a Monster Hunter 1 Rathalos that, or actually any Rathalos before 3rd gen, where really all they did was they'd attack you on the ground, similar to a Rathian, and then they'd sometimes fly in the air to shoot some fireballs, then land, and then sometimes they do their around-the-world attack, and that was basically all they did in the air. Otherwise, they were just on the ground. And this thing acts kind of the same way, which makes it a bit of a joke overall. Because you can just beat on it. Most of its attacks miss because it's so large, and a lot of your attacks might miss because of its terrible hitboxes.
Calm down.
So yeah, it immediately comes back down to the ground. When did I get lit on fire? Oh yeah, I meant to look at her armor. Well, we'll be able to see it afterwards. The skills it had on it. I should have looked at it beforehand. I'm sorry. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's funny that I forgot. I don't know if funny is the right word, but I forgot, and I apologize.
Getting sick of your face.
Oh, that one actually hit me. Doing a few more attacks there. That's good. Not near enough to,
Still got some fight in you?
That actually hit it? I don't even know. Yeah, it did. Wow. Surprising. Probably gonna need to sharpen again in a second. But it fell down, so we'll just go attack its head again.
Never underestimate a ranger.
Aww. Ow. I wanted to sharpen my weapon. We'll get poisoned, but that's fine. Oh, I cannot believe that one hit missed. Oh, crap.
I can take you on myself. Move aside.
Wait, what? It ran... Oh, it's because it was getting too far from the area it wants to fight in. Come on, come out here. How did that still hit it? Seriously. I mean, I'm glad it did, but it definitely was not within its normal range.
Storm. Now I can return to my own world.
Why so weak? No, no, unmute. Like a body. Got it. Evil.
I gotta go. Take it. Better study up for next time.
이런 베리. 거의 다 베리. 아이 알았어. 시들아.
The next time I see you, you've never seen me. Huh. Paradox is the last thing we need right now. Okay? Kiyo! And be nicer next time. Yeah, I know. Don't hold my breath!
이 루이키라. 에이. 이샤리. 롱게.
All right, and that is the collaboration quests. So, as you can see, they're way too easy. 6 minutes? Come on. Come on. Like I said, they're just meant to be advertisements for the movie, and that's fine. Initially, I had an issue with the portal thing, but honestly, we already saw portals with both Behemoth and Geralt, so that part doesn't bug me, at least in the game. I think my biggest problem with it is that when they said we were getting a Monster Hunter movie, I thought we were getting a movie that would really focus on the world of Monster Hunter, and that's not what we're getting. We're getting an isekai, and I don't like that because do an isekai when you're doing a collaboration. Sure, that's fine. You know, Geralt coming to the Monster Hunter world as a collaboration is okay because we already have a world that's been built and all these characters, and we've had an adventure in that world. But why are they making a movie when they haven't even established the world yet, and they're using characters not from that world? Establish the world, and then maybe you want to have magical portals that bring things over later. Fine, okay. But the reason it's not as fun is because when it's a collaboration, it's fun to see your worlds cross over. And because you already had the fun and the enjoyment of the world itself. And then when you see something from something else you like come over, you're like, oh, that's really cool. Whereas when you haven't established that world, you haven't been a part of it, you haven't had an adventure there, and then you're seeing stuff cross over that aren't even cool other things. It's literally just us in our own world crossing over. It's not as fun. It's not as enjoyable. It's not the same. We didn't want an isekai. What we wanted was a story that was, you know, a hunter or a group of hunters that are just starting out and they're rising up in the ranks and becoming a part of the guild. That would have been fun. Just an entire movie based in the world with people from that world doing things that are part of that world. That would have been great. But instead they decided to go with the standard isekai BS that they couldn't even go with like your normal run-of-the-mill person that gets dragged over. It had to be military, people who are already trained. It's not interesting. It's not cool. It's not new. It's just, ugh. And that's the problem. But luckily, at least for the collaboration quest, seeing a portal show up, it's already been established that can happen with collaborations. That's fine. Doesn't bug me in the game. And I think I'm kind of glad I had to do these a second time because I feel like I'm giving them a better chance because I don't feel like I'm being as tainted by my feelings about the movie. So as a collaboration, this wasn't so bad. The biggest problem is that because they just decided to make an advertisement, it wasn't challenging enough. You know, the first quest took me just under 11 minutes. This one took me just over 6. That's a total of 17 minutes to do the entire thing. I know this video's been longer, but that's because I'm talking. If I were just playing it and not recording, I would have been done with this in less than half an hour. That is kind of not great. Like, that doesn't live up to the quality of most Monster Hunter content. And I think that's my biggest gripe, is that this just feels like they just wanted to throw something in to tie the two together for fun, and they didn't put a ton of effort into it. And I don't know if it's because they couldn't get the right licensing stuff because of, you know, the movie's not out yet. And even though they own the Monster Hunter IP, there's the likeness of Mila Jovovich and all that. I don't know. But it is not the best thing in the world by any means. But it's also not horrible. And like I said, as a tie-in within the game, it works. I think the movie premise is weak, and they could have done something else that would have been a lot better. So we get Artemis's notebook as our special quest reward, a notebook containing words from this world and Artemis's world. Bring it to the smithy for a nice surprise. Alright, so that finishes that up. I think my other problem is I don't really like the Artemis character. The character is very... I don't like, so our hunter, yes, they're a silent protagonist, so you can have their personality be whatever you want. But in the cutscenes, they seem very, I don't know if humble's the right word, but they do seem, they're at least there and they want to help and they want to do the job, and they're not sitting there like being a pain. Artemis there was complaining the entire time that the, you know, Admiral was not listening to her and running off and all this stuff. But then in combat, she's like, I can do this myself. I don't need anyone. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't like the character. I don't like the sass. I don't like the overconfidence. I don't like her kind of talking back to the Admiral. I don't know. The personality is not for me, and I think that really kind of just also rubbed me the wrong way. Not a big fan by any means. So overall, just the quests are fun enough because it's Monster Hunter and this game is fun, but overall the quality is kind of just eh. Right, so if you do the quests, you get all the materials you need after one run. You don't have to grind it. You don't have to do multiple. Once of each and you're done. You don't get weapons, which is a little disappointing. She has unique dual blade. Well, they're kind of unique. They're unique in the fact that she uses one bone dual blade and then her hunting knife as the other. We don't get those as a weapon. You can't craft them. They're not a weapon layered skin or a layered weapon skin or anything. What you get is you get her armor, and you get a layered version of her armor. Now, here's one thing I think is cool. It is not a full armor set. It's the Dante treatment. It is, you can wear each piece separately with other things, and the headpiece, instead of being her face and stuff, is just her hair. Obviously, I'd never wear that. It looks terrible on me. But this, at least, I think is good that they did it the Dante way, so that if you do like some of the pieces, you can wear them. Honestly, I don't know why anyone would like this. And I know that sounds mean, but look at what this looks like. It's barely anything. It doesn't look Monster Hunter-y. I assume that because of the horns on the chest piece, this is what she makes after they defeat the Black Diablos in the movie. Like, really? What? Why? Look at what this looks like, and now let's look at what actual Black Diablos armor looks like. It's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere, I swear. It's just really high up because it's been a long time. Where are you? It's called like Diablos Nero or something, right? There it is. This is what actual Black Diablos armor looks like. Like, come on. It's not even close. And I understand that, you know, technically I should be comparing it to the female armor, but I promise you the female armor still looks closer to this than whatever she has. It's just so bland. And the worst part is, okay, so this is her armor, right? Let's take a look at low rank leather. Low rank leather even is more detailed and cool looking. This armor is just not, this is not up to Monster Hunter standards at all. It's very, no, this is not Monster Hunter. So you can make the armor, the stats on it. So first of all, it's got a set bonus, hasten recovery and great luck. So it's, both of them are called New World, but 2 pieces gets you hasten recovery so that, you know, your health regenerates after a couple of hits on the monster. How many hits it takes is dependent upon the weapon you're using. This is just like the Nergigante set bonus. And then the 4-piece is great luck. So it's just higher chance of increased quest rewards, or high chance of increased quest rewards. I think that's from like Kieran or something. So the set bonuses are okay. You know, I could see using those and being all right. The problem is you have to use just this armor set, because this New World is not a set bonus that any other armor has. And unfortunately, this armor set, unless you've just started Iceborne, you're never going to use this. Now, if you did just start Iceborne, this is actually, because of how easy these quests are and the fact that they give you the equipment and the items, if you just started Iceborne, this would be a great set to start with, because it's got good defense, it's got plenty of skills on it, and you can make it super fast, like instantly, just by doing these quests, and you don't even need anything to do the quest. So if you're just starting Iceborne, this is actually a really good set, because you can jump right into Iceborne, do these quests real fast because they're, you know, master rank 1-star, and have this armor to play through Iceborne, or at least get to the point where you start getting better armor. So there is that is positive. The actual skills on the armor set, so it gives you handicraft, obviously is for my charm, so it's not from that. It gives you earplugs level 4, recovery up level 3, health boost level 3, stun resistance level 3, peak performance level 2, blight resistance level 2, and poison resistance level 2. Now, as a just starting Iceborne set of skills, that's actually pretty good. As Oh, excuse me. As we all know, health boost level 3 is very useful. You can use it all the way through Iceborne. We still use it to this day because Fatalis has it built in with stamina up. But even before that, we were using it constantly. Recovery up is very good because it melds with the hasten recovery set bonus as well as the health regen weapon augment. So this is perfectly fine. Earplugs, I don't use it personally because I prefer to roll through roars. But Earplugs is a perfectly fine skill, and if you get it to 5 and nullify all roars, why not? So that's okay. Stun resistance, I use this on my Fatalis set, so I can't really complain about it. Peak performance by having hasten recovery, and if you have the health regen augment as well as recovery up, you're probably going to keep your health topped off most of the time. So it's actually a perfectly good skill. Wouldn't be a bad idea to max it out to level 3. Blight Resistance, I think, is kind of worthless. Overall, most Blights aren't a problem. Null Berries, get rid of them, and are a quick eat item. Fire Blight, the most common one, you can just roll out of or roll through water to get rid of, so whatever. And Poison Resistance, I also think, is pretty worthless because Herbal Medicine is another super fast eat item. And Poison overall isn't that big of a deal for the most part. So these are the only skills I think are kind of worthless on the set, but otherwise they're pretty good. The only downside is there's not really a lot of offensive skills. So again, if you're just starting Iceborne, this set is very good because it just gives you a good master rank armor set to have right at the beginning and get you going. If you've been playing Iceborne like me, the set is worthless. And then on top of that, I don't think it looks that good, so it's kind of like, eh. But, you know, again, you just started Iceborne, get the set, use it. You don't like how it looks, put on a different layered armor. There's plenty that you have available to you at the beginning of Iceborne because of base world, so, you know, why not? So it's a starting Iceborne armor set, and that's about it. Like I said, you also get it as a layered set. It's up here somewhere, there it is. So you can get it layered too. That's what the notebook was for. So the first quest gets you the armor set, and second quest gets you layered. That's all there is to it. That's it. No weapons, no layered weapons. No other special items. It's just those. So, hey there, everybody. I actually forgot about one last thing that came from these collaboration quests, and that was the stuff that's on the guild card. I can't believe I keep forgetting about these, but apparently we got some new titles as well as some other things. So let's see if we can find these titles. They should be in here somewhere. I just don't know where. They're probably at the end, honestly. That's not it. It's also not it. Not that. Or that, though I'm happy to be getting more stuff. Eventually I'll work on even more things. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we get Artemis, Devil's Teeth, Sky Tower, Ranger, Chocolate, Movie. So obviously movies because it was the movie Chocolate. There's got to be something about chocolate in the movie. I just don't know what it is. Ranger because the military rank that she is, or the military detachment or something. I don't know. Whatever she is in the military, she's a ranger. That's what it is. Sky Tower, I don't know. I assume there's some kind of tower in the movie. Devil's Teeth, I'm assuming, are her dual blades, and then Artemis is her name. So those are the titles we got. I think we got a background. Yeah, cinematic world. That is so boring. Really? Wow. Okay, well, this is the desert from either the movie or our world. I don't know, but that is very plain looking. I'll be sticking with Legendary Black Dragon, thank you. I don't think we got any stickers or anything. No. I love some of these stickers, though. They're so good. And then the other thing, so that's the background. Pose. Okay, so we got some poses, I think. Or a pose. Right, Skilled Hunter switches you to the bow, because that's in the movie, and I know what this is. If you've looked at any of the movie posters, and I'll never use this because it takes shadow off, but if you've looked at the movie posters, there's two things. There's a poster that has the one hunter from the actual world holding the bow and standing in this pose. So that's why it would be called Skilled Hunter, is because he's the hunter in... I also need to change my armor set in this. But anyway, he's the hunter from that world who's already been trained and he's skilled and he's already does the hunting job. So that's why it's called Skilled Hunter, but it's the hunter from the world in the movie. That's his pose on the poster. And I'm betting the next one, the Courageous Hunter, is probably going to be Artemis's stance, where she's standing there with the great sword over her shoulder and she's looking over her shoulder. Oh, look at that. I'm right. Except my pauldron's in the way. But yeah, so it just changes your weapon to the great sword from the movie, or at least the one closest to the one in the movie, and has you in that stance. So that's what those are. Okay, fair enough. I don't like either of them. I'm going to stick with what I've got. And then we also got some expressions, I think. Okay, so that's one from Resident Evil, because you're a zombie. I don't know why I can't select these. Cannot be selected now. Why? Well, these are the ones. Do I have to be using these poses or something? I can't even see my face. Well, let's just see. If I switch that, can I change the... Okay, it automatically uses it. Got it. Okay. Weird. Well, I wish I could remember where... It's the one I was using. There we are. Yeah. I don't remember what... Okay, expression 1, that's fine. So yeah, so the expressions are specifically for those poses, so that's fine. Cancel changes and quit editing, yes. Okay, so yeah, those are the things that you get for doing the movie collaboration. Thank you. There we go. That's a nice new one. I like that he still blinks even in the guild card, my Palico. That's hilarious. But yeah, so that's the end of the movie collaboration guild card stuff. I just wanted to make sure I showed that off because I forgot. So yeah, that's that. So thanks for checking that out. Overall, it was fine. Definitely my least favorite of all the collaborations. I wish we could have gotten a better collaboration for Iceborne, but, you know, it is what it is. I guess with all that said, that's everything there is to the Monster Hunter movie collaboration. I won't ever run those quests again, I'm sure, but, you know, it was still fun enough. Moving forward, there is definitely more Monster Hunter content coming. We still have quite a few monsters to take out in the Guiding Lands. We have the arena. And we have the crown quests. That's what I was trying to think of, as well as the Palico stuff in each of the maps and the picture taking stuff. So there's still a couple of big things we need to do in Iceborne. We will be doing them. It's going to take a little bit because I'm still doing Demon Souls, and I think that's going to be the priority at the moment because I'm having a lot of fun with it. And then Cyberpunk releases next week. I don't think I'll be starting it next week, but I have decided that I will be recording it for the channel. They have put options in the game to make it totally okay to put on YouTube as well as Twitch, which I'm glad they did, because if you remember, the main reason I wasn't going to record it is because there's a lot of content in the game that I was like, that'll get you banned on YouTube and Twitch. They have put options in to turn all that stuff off. So I'm going to turn those options on to get all that stuff out of there, and then I'm going to record it and put it up. So there is definitely that. But like I said, I'll probably wait to start that because I want to finish Demon Souls and probably do a bunch more on Monster Hunter before I start that. However, I think that's all I've got for you today. So please feel free to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. You can also subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon to get email updates when I upload new videos. And of course, you can leave any comments or suggestions in the area below the video. I've also left my Twitch and Twitter links in the description. That way you can check out those platforms if you're interested. However, that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. And as usual, this is Xephyr, signing out.